Ooh. Welcome back, everybody. We are in the studio. This is your favorite podcast, Fine and Dandy. I'm Josh. This is Daniel. And we have a beautiful guest, Alfonso, in the building, representing Sevrd. He's doing his thing.
It's been a long time coming, dude. It's been a long time coming. Y'all don't even know. We put in the work. It's finally, we made it happen, dude. We're glad to have you on, Phonso. Thank you for showing up, bro, after all the troubles that we had to go through to make this happen. But we're fucking here. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling great. Thanks for inviting me out. I'm grateful for the opportunity for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. It's beautiful to have you on. It's beautiful to be back in the studio. I haven't had a guest in the studio since we moved here, but we also haven't had a guest on the podcast in a while since Ryan was on, actually.
Yeah. So you're the first guest in the apartment, actually.
Sure.
Yeah, you're the first guest we've had on since we've got the new setup and we put everything together. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to have you here. Definitely glad to see what everyone thinks of Sevrd and what we got coming.
Just gotta severe it, bro.
Dude,
Thanks.
Sevrd, dude.
Just gotta be severe. Wake up every day and be severe.
You just gotta, instead of choosing violence or choosing love, you just gotta choose to be severe, bro. That's just how it is.
Exactly. It's the most important choice of your day, you know.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought fun fact. I thought Sevrd was sever for the longest time. Thought it was like, we're severing shit. Severing shit off.
I thought that shit. That mostly because of like I think it was one of the designs with like the snake design, I think, where it was like the sever was coming out of his mouth. I forgot was that last fall or some shit?
Yeah, no, last summer. It had the snake, yeah.
But that shit was fire. I thought that was definitely sever, but then we talked about it and you're like, nah, bro, it's severe. You gotta severe everything, bro.
Severe it. Sevrd.
Yeah,
Fucking love that, bro.
appreciate it, bro.
Turn
Thank
your
you.
brand into a bird. Fucking beautiful.
Have you dropped since last fall?
I dropped beanies in like December.
Okay.
And I'm loading up right now for summer. You know, it's always gonna be a severe summer.
Did you sell out the beanies?
Oh yeah, I still got some. I actually got some with me too as well.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Holy shit! Wait, do you have some?
I
Oh
was gonna have
man,
the merch
say if you had some on you, bro, I would love to see it. We could have showed it to everybody. But what were the beanies like?
The beanies went great. They went like faster than I expected. I really don't go in with any expectations. I just make sure my marketing is A1. And I didn't even get any for myself. Like they went like that. I had to get like the last of what I had.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you want, honestly.
Facts.
Is your market mostly here?
My market is starting to expand. I have a nice little market coming out in Kansas. I have a small little group of people getting in California, Louisiana, Florida. I had like people checking out my website in England.
Oh, shit.
So
Damn.
What have been your like major like marketing strategies for your brand? Like you go on like has it been mostly online or like word of mouth or like you have like connections in certain like spaces or how's that gone?
It's been mostly online, but I will say like in the future, like starting now, I want it to be more in person. I want to actually be getting people out and like talking to them. So that way they can see what I'm about, see and match the brand with like an identity and not just seeing it online.
That's fucking dope.
I want to take it back real quick because I feel like we jumped in it pretty fast. But if y'all don't know, the homie Phonso over here has a clothing brand. It's actually more than just a clothing brand. I wanna say that. I want to limit it to just being that. But it's called Sevrd, which, like I said, I thought it was Sever for like the longest time. Had to actually get corrected. We actually recorded a whole podcast a while back, but technical difficulties, as you know, we should just change our podcast name to that shit at this point. But
we've talked about it.
Yeah, no. So our man's been putting in the work. He's been dropping. Not like super frequently, but he definitely focuses on quality, I'd say, more than just doing quantity as well. If y'all remember back when we had Ryan on, he's worked with Phonso too, that they did like that little photo shoot. That was for one of your releases, right?
Yeah, my summer release.
It was summer release.
Summer 21.
Was 21? So that was last year's release. Summer release. How was that though? How'd that go?
That was great. Like that was my first time actually like putting together a theme for like a photo shoot. I wanted to have a whole vibe. I sent everybody like a mood board on Pinterest that I made because I needed everything to be like part of the theme. The vibe.
I wanted them to see your vision beforehand, type shit.
Yeah, and like I'm big on that. Like that's the reason I take so long to drop is because I don't just want to bland give you clothes. Like of course I have like certain things that are just like everyday wear. Like, but most of the time I want to give you a theme. I want to give you an experience.
Oh yeah. What was part of like your process for like getting people together for a photo shoot that like you said that you built a mood board and stuff, but like how did it go whenever you were actually on set trying to like get people to kind of build your vision for you type shit?
Well, honestly, it went like pretty smooth. Everybody was good with getting coached and like being told what to do, this, do that. It actually like rained really bad that day before it happened, so everybody that I have is pretty bought in. I feel like I have a pretty good intuition of people, so like everybody came through and showed out, did their part, and like marketed and shouted out the brand while doing it. Everybody looked great.
How was it getting people together? Like you already knew all these people prior. Like it was like all these people you were already cool with, or you had to hire some people to get all of this done.
It was honestly people I was cool with. I had like 2 people that I had just met like from working, so I was like, hey, you want to model for me? Like I think you would look good for the brand, and they were down. That's
dope. Hell yeah. What have been some of your like inspirations that got you into the space of making clothes?
For making clothes, I would definitely say like ASAP Rocky, Kanye, Supreme. Definitely big inspirations on just being a creative and like creating living art.
Hell yeah.
So what's the like bigger picture you're trying to build here? Because and what I mean by that though is like, so I know you said you go into it with like a vision, you know what I mean? It's not just, oh, these are clothes. You have like a kind of an idea of what you want people to feel, right? Like, or what you feel. I mean, of course people are going to take it however they take it regardless. Yeah. You can't control that, but more so like, what is the like theme I guess you're trying to give off, you know, like the feeling you want to give off whenever you
the feeling I want to give off is just honestly being severe. I want you to dress to kill. If something severe, you're going to the hospital. You know, you're calling 911, and that's the feeling I want to give. And I just want to express that in however many ways I can express that. Like right now, it's clothes. Who knows? It could be furniture, shoes, bed. Like you know, I want it to be everything.
Did you see the Batman?
Everything. Oh yes.
You saw the Batman?
That's severe.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
You like see that? He's like, hell yeah.
That's the best Batman I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know why they like the vibe that you were just talking to me gave me like definitely the Batman vibes. Like you're in that bitch like I'm dressing to kill. I mean he's not dressing to kill, but you know he's dressing to like.
Yeah.
He's out there ready to kick some ass. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here. I put this suit on, and I'm ready to fucking whatever comes my way. Am I beating the shit out of somebody? Like spoilers alert, but you know the opening scene where they're in the, not the very opening scene, but it's like the first time you really see Batman.
Yeah.
Where they're in like the subway and they're about to beat the shit out of that one dude.
Yeah.
He's like, who the fuck are you? He's like, I vengeance.
Literally just came out in the darkness.
Just beats the shit out of him.
But that's a vibe I love. Like I feel like that's one of my low key like personality traits. I guess that's what I'm expressing through severe, but I kind of like the goth, the little dark theme, like
in the cave type shit. Like I'm in my own little studio sesh type thing. Like
I like that. I kind of like that, like the whole anti feeling. I feel like that's me deep down. So I kind of, that Batman movie actually inspired me a lot too, just to
really
get further into like the theme of severe, just the whole feeling, the eeriness of it, just everything. It's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. I honestly, not to sidetrack too much, but the Batman movie, like that dark. A lot of people hated on it because it wasn't like when you think of like the Dark Knight, which everyone, or the Dark Knight Rises, which is what everyone likes to relate. Fucking Batman 2, that's what it always goes back to. I think like this one, like that dark eerie feeling. I love that shit too. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, there's like something about it that is really just like puts you on the edge of your seat. It's like mysterious.
Yeah.
But I feel like we all have a piece of that inside of us. You know what I mean? Whether or not it's not gonna be as severe. I'm kidding. It's a bad joke. My bad. Yeah. It's not gonna be as. I had to pull that one out. But it's not gonna be as severe as Batman per se, where both his parents died. He's like, I'm gonna take it out on the world. But I think we all have like that piece inside of us where we like that dark shit.
Yeah.
We like some shit like it brings us. Out of us and stuff like that.
Yeah, that raw HD life.
Your RXD.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that fucking fuck. They call it box lunch now. What? Hot Topic life. Hot Topic life.
Facts.
Holy shit, bro. But yeah, I've seen some of the drops. What's the Twitter though? You know, so people can go actually.
The Twitter, my Sevrd Twitter is at Severe Merch, SEVRMERCH.
It's all together?
Yeah, all together.
Yeah, because I know people are probably gonna want to go look at that shit.
And that's also that on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram than Twitter, just because how Twitter works
fucking now. What's the Instagram? What's the Instagram? We're dropping that shit right now too.
SEVRMERCH.
Okay, same thing. Let's go. Gotta keep it consistent. That way it's not like.
How has it been like running different social media accounts for the brand type shit?
It's honestly difficult. Like
that's what I was gonna say. Like,
it's difficult.
Tough, you gotta stay like super like on top of your shit.
You do
on different platforms just to be relevant and shit like that.
Yeah, it's a job for sure. Like first you gotta post something on your personal, then you have to switch profiles, post it on your business, then you gotta switch apps 2 different times, do the same thing, switch between personal and business.
You gotta go through the process of saying like, should I be posting different stuff on my personal and business? Should I have like a whole different level of content for my personal and my business? Or should I go through just send all the same content to both? Is this content business worthy or just personal? You know what I mean? Like there's like a whole different like level of thinking as far as what you're posting and shit.
Yeah, it definitely is.
What's like the biggest thing for you when it comes to like posting on socials?
Really the timing. I feel like there's so many times where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post this at 6 o'clock. Eat, maybe drink something, chill. All of a sudden it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, bro, what happened? Then I gotta move it to the next day.
Yeah.
Then the same thing happens. I'm like, man, I just gotta move it back. Honestly, that's also like a big delay because I'm not really like a social media person, honestly. So like when I do post, I have to make sure like I set an alarm. Like, okay, I'm posting at this time.
Right.
All right. Something that I think about all the time is what always like. This is what always gets me. Is so like with our shit, you know what I mean? Because you do have to post on socials. Nice. Like you can't say it's not. I don't need to. Like you have to have some kind of social media presence. Like it's this day and age, you can't not have it, which sucks. But like, do you feel like when you are working through this, like more so your personal relationships have helped you build more, or like the social media presence has helped you build more?
Oh, personal relationships for sure. I feel like I've met strangers that support me more than like people I've known my whole life. Like it's crazy just meeting like random people and giving them, when they ask you about your brand, just give them a quick breakdown. You talk to them for a little bit, they like become fully bought in, and I feel like that's like the best feeling ever too. It's just meeting somebody.
Someone's mind type shit. Like before they ever know you, they might not give you a chance, but as soon as they do, they might see something they didn't expect.
Yeah,
I feel that though. It's just like it's weird because doing like same thing though. It's like you grow up with these people your whole life, and it's like I know you, like whatever, you know what I mean. But then like you're out there because I feel like these days a lot of people, someone's trying to follow some type of dream, you know what I mean. Start their own business, start like whether it's a restaurant or maybe they're trying to be an entrepreneur, whether like businessman, like fucking bank, or like starting like trading and shit like that, or there's people trying to do clothes, podcasts. Like there's so many people trying to do that shit. When you meet like strangers and shit, like you talk to it, like fuck yeah, dude. Like it's almost like you're inspiring each other at that point. Yeah. You're talking about dreams and goals. Like what was it? Someone I met, probably known for like maybe a year now, but I met him at a show. Like I was just at a show. I went up to him randomly because he was shuffling. I was like, dude, whatever. Like, how do you do that? We're like friends now. That man supports me more than people I've known, like friends I've had since I was, little. Yeah. Or like people I grew up with, which blows my fucking mind.
And it's crazy because it's like they get to know the current version of you. I feel like people that you grow up with, they only know that version of you, and they don't ever see you grow up. And when you like grow up, they see it as, oh, he's changing. They see it in a bad light. Whereas strangers, that's how you are. That's your current version of yourself.
I think the kind of the difference is that like for people that you grew up with, like in their head you served a purpose for them as a friend or enemy or whatever, whoever you were in their life type shit. Like they fit you into a role in their life, and as soon as you exit that role for yourself, it seems selfish, but it's just you doing you. I don't have to fit into a role that you thought I was. That's just like kind of the portrayal you had in your mind of who I was, what you wanted me to be. But the minute I decide to do something I want to do, it's outside of like what I should be doing in your mind. That's weirdo mentality.
It's very weird, very weird. Yeah, that's how everybody is kind of is now. That's why I just kind of chill, lay back. Yeah, talk to who I've been talking to, and that's it.
Like it's not even just laying low. I think it's just, for me, it's like when you're on social media and you're still kind of like, you have this view of like what you. It's like that point between what you used to know and who you are now. Yeah. So it's easy to get caught between two. You're like, this is who I am now, but then you're also like, these people are still paying attention to what I'm doing. Yeah. Or like, you know, you're still posting stuff, and these are some of the people. Like, I don't know if you have Facebook. Facebook's the perfect example. Like, my Facebook is literally like half a bunch of people I've met in the past 2 years, and the rest is like family and like people I grew up with. So it's like this weird boundary of like people that are like, oh fuck, yeah, fuck that guy, and they're like, oh hell yeah, bro, I fucking love you. I met you like at this one place that one time. You're dope as fuck. Yeah, and it's like fuck, you know what I mean? Like, that's fair though. Where do I draw the line?
That's why I don't get on Facebook, because a lot of people just want to like watch you. They don't even like you. They just like, so many people on Instagram just follow me, and it's like, I don't really care, me personally, but it's just an observation. Like, people don't even like you for real. They just want to, you know, see what you're up to, see what you're doing. They won't support you. They won't say nothing, but like, it's cool. Like, it looks good on the follower count, I guess, you know.
No, but I think it's also weird, because you're right. Like, in a way, though, I think subconsciously it's weird, because even though like they're not really worried about it, they see you continuously make these posts, right? Yeah. And then one day, let's say you just get like a little pop, right? They notice that shit subconsciously.
They do, and they mention it. They comment on it.
They're like, fuck that guy, because they think that you're doing, like I said, like you're doing something selfish just by following your dreams.
But like at first they're like, whatever. You know what I mean? Right. But like they're noticing like, oh, he's still doing that. Like it's like, oh, they're still doing that shit. Yeah. And then you get a little pop. They're like, oh,
thanks. I fucking love you.
And then they start following you just because they're like, oh shit, maybe if I follow them, you know what I mean? Like, I knew you one time, right?
Yeah. Literally just have somebody be like, oh, are you still doing your little shirts? I'm like, shirts, little. I have a clothing brand.
Shirts.
It's really good.
Shirts. Yeah, I got more than shirts.
My little shirts. That's people love to do that. Love to, like, you know, downplay whatever you're doing, make you feel small, but that never really works anyway. So
yeah, I mean, it just goes to show like the insecurity of the person, because it's like, bro, just because you're not doing what you want to be doing doesn't mean you got to tear down someone who is.
Facts.
I mean, whether you like my podcast or like his brand or whatever, like, relatively, that's one opinion out of 7 billion. Like, thanks. Let's not act like we're impacting each other by you hating on me.
Hey, just know, if y'all are hating, bro, we're gonna suit up and we're gonna severe your bitch ass.
Get suited and booted, bro.
We're gonna severe your bitch ass. We're gonna throw on fucking some severe. We're gonna get severed. You're gonna get fucking severed, like Batman. We're Batman.
Severe thunderstorms when we show up, dude.
For real.
Some severe weather coming in, bitch. It's about to be a tornado. About to sweep your ass real quick.
Hey, for real.
Nah, but what's probably like one of the, I'd say in the past year. Okay, so yeah, since it's been close to not even a year, I would say, but like maybe like half a year since we tried to start recording. Since then, what would you say is like a big like something that's had a big impact doing this since that last time?
Let me see, a big impact.
I mean, you just dropped winter. You just had a winter collection drop. So.
Yeah. Like a big impact, like a good impact or a bad impact?
Hey, let's go both. Why not?
I think the question you're trying to ask is like, what's probably like the most challenging thing you overcame, or like what's the like best thing that has happened to you that had an impact on your life?
Yeah, okay. Actually, I was saying both. Either one, either one's good.
He was asking both without asking either.
Yes.
All right, bet. I will say, the worst thing, impact wise, is just like keeping a personal balance. Like, yeah, I have a brand, but I also have like a personal life. I have to work. I have to spend time with family. I want to do a social life.
Bills don't pay themselves.
Yeah, facts. And it's just like trying to find a balance. You pay attention to one thing and the other thing goes down. It's just hard to, water all those plants.
That's true.
And I feel like that's what I've been spending this last year on doing. Now that it's like grown and gotten bigger, it's like, okay, now I actually have to water this a little bit more now.
That's true.
And so now other things are starting to go down and it's starting to go up.
Prioritize things.
Yeah. Facts. And then when I try to like maintain it and like, okay, let me work on my personal life a little bit more, than my business doesn't get as much water. I don't post for a while. Other than that, but as long as I'm putting in some type of work,
that's how I feel about it too. Because it's like I say, my social interactions are like my bread and butter. That's why I thrive, bro. It's like talking to people, getting to know people. I'm not a person who's like good at small talk personally. So if I'm talking to somebody, it's gonna be like, we talk about something. You know what I mean? Like like life or like similarities or like what we like to do. You know what I mean? Like hobbies. I don't like to just be like, hey, what's up? How's the weather going? Yeah, you been all right? You still staying in the same place? Like, bro, like, all right, like,
how's your mom's?
Yeah, like, wait, it's like cool, yeah.
You still doing those little shirts?
Yeah, exactly.
Everything the same.
It's like I'm not big on that, so that's my bread and butter. But it's like, then I realized, okay, behind the scenes, I still got to do all this like planning. I gotta like still edit the videos. We gotta record. Gotta do socials, which we slacking a lot. Marketing's a big thing, but then it's like, okay, I need to stay home and do more of this. Then I'm like, okay, I'm not interacting as much, which is what I'm good at, and that's what gets my shit.
It's like, hard, bro. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, dude. I think it's just like it's a time management thing, and it comes with like growing up. Like some people are better at it than others, obviously, but like whenever you get that ability to really manage your time perfectly, it's gonna be really. I think it's gonna be really impactful for not just you, as far as like you were saying, like that's been challenging. I'm sure you found ways to overcome it throughout the last year and stuff like that. But like as we grow, we're gonna continue to find different ways, because like there's gonna be times where we're dealing with just these same amount of stresses plus like having a wife and kids and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? Well, I don't know if that's what y'all want, but I mean, obviously that's what
maybe a wife, kids is I'm flexible right now. I'm flexible. I don't know.
But what I'm saying is like there's gonna be continual responsibilities that continually add to your life. So it's always gonna be a time management thing of like, how do I spread my energy around? How do I water all these plants?
Yeah,
they all need watering. Some maybe more than others, but I still want them all to be watered.
Facts.
Type shit.
And then another important part with that is learning how to trim the weeds. Like
that's very true.
The weeds be getting in the way of your garden.
Oh, every time, bro. Those things grow. You trim one though, and then you're like, oh fuck, another one. There's another one. Now I gotta trim that shit. Or you don't trim them in time. And you're like, I got a bunch of them bitches to trim.
Nah, for real.
Like, fuck.
Can't ignore it. You gotta trim them as soon as you get them.
It's tough though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
You fucking focusing on all this other shit. You're like, oh yeah, I'll get to it.
Exactly, because when you're trimming your weeds, you're not watering the rest of your plants. So it's like it's just all a balance.
That's all that it is, and that's what it's become. It's like life has been just about balance, because you can let the scales tip, but nobody else is gonna tip them hoes back. You gotta do that shit yourself.
Yeah, facts.
But you know what'll help you find balance? If you throw on some of that severe merch and you get severe.
For real.
You throw that shit on, you're severe. You're murdering people. You're murdering the game.
We're not murdering people, okay?
Hold on.
We are dressed in the kill, though, let you know.
We do not condone felony murder of any kind. No manslaughter, guys. Just buy the merch.
Yeah. Hey, so we'll kill somebody's self-esteem, because they other than that, you're not killing people.
We're killing it.
What was the Karate Kid? Fucking I forgot what this is. Like never back down.
That's a whole other movie.
Never back down. All the good.
What was it? The Karate Kid? He just said like, I'm a Karate Kid.
Nah, there was like a saying that the opposite school had or something. It was basically like just like never surrender or like never hold back type shit.
Mm-hmm.
When they're beating the shit out of people, it's just like basically beat them into the ground.
They were severe, bro.
They were severe. They owned severe merch.
But you can't be too severe, you know.
Yeah, you can't. There's a boundary. There's a line of the severeness that you can't be that too much.
You just gotta understand that you gotta like walk that line of severity, because like on one side there's drip, and on the other side there's violence.
There's drown.
There's drown.
On one side there's drip. On the other side there's drown.
Facts.
You drip or drown.
Gonna said it best.
He did though.
Drip or drown, baby. Now, so something I've been thinking about too is like, so I know how you're saying like, you think those personal relationships work a lot more than just like socials and stuff like that. I mean, because socials you can reach to a bigger audience, but in my opinion, you're not gonna always reach that bigger audience if you don't already have like some kind of base audience, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I always think about it as like, with how many people I feel like in our area that are like doing stuff. Like, do you think if we all just like connected more, that we'd be able to like build more?
Of course, but it's not gonna happen. But
like,
there's so many,
that's just how people.
Like, don't you think that would be like mutually beneficial for everybody though?
It would, but
yeah, but like
nobody's gonna do that.
I would say the reason nobody's gonna do that is because you're saying like if all the community came together, then we could all thrive together. But relatively, you could probably offer it, name 5 people that you work with at work that aren't even in your community, but you have to fucking deal with every day that you would not really want to connect with. And everybody has that. Everybody has that one neighbor or that one coworker or that one even family member for some people that they just cannot connect with no matter what. They'll have conversations, but they always go sideways no matter what. And it's just like, there are so many like boundaries between people that like, whether it's because of how they were raised or how they see life now, whether it's because they're knowledgeable in a certain aspect and can't connect with other people on that aspect because they see them as beneath them, or whether they're unknowledgeable on things and see people as prissy fucks for being knowledgeable about things. Relatively, you have so many different variables when it comes to people that there are going to be certain boundaries. And it almost seems like those boundaries are set like before us, as if like we don't really have the control to be able to eliminate them. If that makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense. That's true. That's why I kind of gave up on the whole. Oh, let's get everybody on together. I'm sticking with who I've been sticking it with. My boy Tyreek.
That's a homie too.
I think you're right though, because it's like, part of building a dynasty is taking care of your garden and making sure that the weeds are trimmed, making sure that things are watered, making sure that you're doing what you're doing correctly so that you don't have to worry about, like, the only thing you have to worry about is the performance of others, because you know that you're always going to be locked in.
Yeah.
If you're not locked in, it's going to show towards others, and they're going to be able to say like, fuck, I might not be able to rely on you now, type shit, instead of you having to worry about being able to rely on them. It flips the coin as soon as you let those plants die.
Exactly.
It is hard. I think it is that it is also, yeah, it's difficult when you're working with somebody. It's like, okay, we have all these things to do, to rely on somebody else to do their part too, and alone it's like, all right, I got all this shit to do, and then you realize someone else isn't doing their part. You're like, oh fuck, now I gotta pick up extra pieces that I didn't want to pick up originally.
And some people are willing to pick up those pieces, and some people aren't, and that's just kind of the world we live in.
Really though. But I was gonna say also though that like, so like we all know Tyreek, and like that's one person I know that like that man, yeah, he shouts out, man, did the drawing of both of us. That's one person I know that's willing to like put in work, you know, that we all know. And like even the homie I told you that I met at that show,
Nick.
Yeah, one of the few people I know that's willing to put in work. Think about this though, that's like 3 of us right here.
Yeah.
Plus 2, that's 5 people. I'm not saying that's a lot of people, but it's like, all right, we're doing math here.
Yeah.
That's
2 plus 3.
But that's like,
we're getting somewhere.
The way I see it is I always look like, I see people working together like in smaller shit and stuff. Like, but I think we're all pretty friendly people. You know what I mean? I feel like we're all pretty good with people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, you are saying like it's no one wants to work together, but it's like all you need is what, maybe like a few people to really put anything together. And then you do one good thing, more people want to join in.
Yeah.
But then that's when you're able to be more selective, you know?
I think the idea for me is like intention. Some people intend on coming together for a greater purpose, and some people just see a greater purpose and intend on following along. it's not the intention of making a change. It's not the intention of wanting to do something positive. It's the intention of wanting to be a part of something that already exists. Which, don't get me wrong, that can still build to a deeper like following and a deeper like impact. But relatively, it's like if you're not in it for the right reasons, it can show at certain points.
I was gonna ask. So like, when you were doing that shoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did like when you were like interacting with all the people and y'all were like doing it? Because you had a photographer there too, right? That was when like someone you knew that you had met.
Yeah,
I think, right?
They did a photo shoot for Tyreek, so
And then you met him through that, right?
Yeah.
And then like y'all just got cool after that.
Well, really, I liked the way he was like bossing Tyreek around. Not like bossing him in a bad way, but he was like, no, do this, do that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I need that. Because like I have a...
Managing the talent.
Yeah. Because I feel like I have a strong personality. So like sometimes people want to be like timid, but like he didn't care. He was... And I was like, yeah, that's somebody who I want. Somebody's going to be able to say, do this, do that, and not be afraid or timid or shy.
Someone that's decisive and able to like gain respect of the talent just because he knows what he's doing type shit.
Yeah.
Like he's confident in what his capabilities and what he's gonna do, so he's like, nah, like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I really wanted, like collab visions together. Because I told him what I wanted, he told me what he wanted, and it worked out perfect.
I think it's beautiful how like photographers see time. Like just like come on guys, like we have a shot to make. Like the sun is dropping, you know what I mean? Like we only have like a 30-minute window here to get the perfect shot and shit like that. It's so intriguing to me how like photography has deeper like impacts than just what happens on the camera.
No, yeah, for sure.
Oh, if you get a good photographer, like not just some, like, everyone tries to be. Not everyone tries, but you know, there's a ton of people that are trying to be photographers that think it's like, oh, I can take a picture and edit it.
Yeah.
Which I mean that's part of it. Is of course taking a picture and then. Some people are good at post-op more than anything. But, like, those people who are like, yo, this is what we got. They have the vision already post-op. But then, like, if I get this perfectly here, I can make it look even better. Like,
or, like, you see certain, like, photographers put, like, light bulbs and colored glass and have, like, a sheet over it just to create certain vibes and shit. It's just like, how did you think of that? Like, where did that thought come from? Like, did you see this cup at the thrift and, like, I know what to do with that?
Yeah. No, honestly, they know how to make something out of nothing for real. It's live.
But I mean, that's kind of like clothing too, if you think about it. Like making something out of nothing, like a white tee or like black tee, and throwing some shit on there. And like, oh shit, that was a plain ass T-shirt 5 minutes ago, but now it's not. It's something completely different.
That's true.
But like when you were working with everybody, like in that moment, where you just like it felt good, like you know what I mean, like where you just like, damn, this is some shit I could do.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking, I was like, because like once it was all coming together, like really once I got the pictures and saw, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of good at this. Like I put together a theme, this and that, and just had a vision and it came to life. Like everything how I imagined before I did it, legit came to fruition. Like I was legit looking at my beginning idea because that's how like good it was executed, and that's kind of what like made me increase my like, okay, I need more quality than quantity. I'm gonna take my time on this. Like, yeah, I may not have something every month, but when I drop, you're gonna remember it. You're gonna take notice. You know what I mean?
What was your favorite moment during that, though? Like during like when you're looking back at it, or even just like during the midst of it all? Because I know that shit was probably like happening so fast while you were doing it. You know, like what was like something that just really stuck out to you during that like interaction with everybody? You know, working with all these different people, including like the photographer.
Yeah, I would say my favorite moment is just seeing everybody interact together, because everybody was like total strangers, and it's amazing seeing them grow bond over something that you like put together, talking, they're following each other. Now they have relationships of their own, so that's helping them if they have anything they want to work on. So I feel like that was good, just looking back, like seeing like, oh no, he doesn't know him, but now he's putting him on to his business, and now they have a connection. Like I just like watching stuff like that.
Do you have any more shoots coming up? Like any more shoots you have planned out as of right now?
Just know it's gonna be a severe summer.
It's gonna be a severe ass summer.
Shit.
Part two.
Yes, sir.
You got severe summer coming up, dude. That's coming up fast too. Like,
yeah.
That's all Phonso.
What's like summer considered? Is that like May, or we can like? I mean, I'm not trying to give too much, but like, when do we start summer? When summer start officially?
Summer for me, it starts May.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a Gemini, so you know we about to pop
out.
out.
Oh, Gemini! See, I think we're getting some hints here. I think we're getting a little.
We gonna pop out. You know what I mean?
I think the start of summer, like, actually is May 21st. I think.
Oh, is Gemini season the start of summer?
I think that's actually the start of summer.
Is that why it's like? So would you say like demon time
Yeah,
correlates with
demon time.
You could say that.
It's demon time.
You could say that.
So it's Gemini season demon time?
Facts. We're not even gonna wait till May 21st. May 1st, we gonna pop out.
So
Like,
fuck,
for
that's
real.
start of May. That's fucking
Got some
demon
shit
time.
going
Let's
on
go.
Hell yeah.
For real.
Damn, I'm kind of looking forward to that. If you're gonna get some shoots done, and shit, bro. Honestly though, I'm ready for that shit. Cause the last pictures, do you have some of those photos up on your socials too?
Oh yeah, I got some. I got
those
a lot
from
of
that
pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I really liked the vibe of that too. It was like almost like a punkish vibe, but it wasn't. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like that, like you said, like that dark, just like fucking kick your ass in the alleyway type shit.
Yeah.
If I catch you in the alleyway, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I was going for. Like meet me in the alley with the troops. You know, we back there. Come catch us.
We outside.
I definitely fuck with that vibe though. I don't know why it didn't give me this, but sometimes I always like when I think of like dark alleyways and like that vibe, I always think of steampunk for some reason. Not quite that vibe, but like
that's a little different.
like a goth steampunk mixture, you know, like the chains and shit. I fuck with that vibe though, like the long chains, like the boots, the fucking black pants,
the fucking spike necklace.
Yeah, like I don't think I would be able to pull it off as much. But I fucks with the vibes.
I can make you pull it off.
You think so?
I'll make you severe real quick.
Honestly, we might have to do that shit. Honestly, like when he does his drop, what's up? I got you. I'll put that shit on. I'm down to get severe, bro.
Get like the face makeup and then like put your hair in a mohawk, if like a spiked mohawk.
I would do it. I would do it. I don't know about the mohawk, but like like everything else, I might be a little. The makeup and shit, I could rock some shit if like we end up doing it, but. The mohawk is just like the gel, the amount of gel you have to put in that shit for it to like stick rock hard, and then I gotta wash that shit out. I mean, I guess that's getting severe. Hey, bro, it's all or nothing. That's what life's all about. It's all or nothing, bro. You got one shot, one opportunity. No, I was
Eminem.
Yeah, he caught me over there. He looked at me. He's like, he's not.
All right.
Scratch that.
I caught it.
He caught it. Yeah. One opportunity. You gotta lose yourself in the moment. Yeah, man, let it go. No, it was bad. It was a bad joke. I'm sorry. It happens sometimes. You just gotta let it slip. But I gotta catch my breath harder.
Oh my god, are you out of breath?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I was about to start laughing, but I had to hold it in. It was a bad joke, but I thought it was funny. So
I mean, it was cool.
It was. He's telling me. He's like, it wasn't. I wasn't great, but. Nah, I mean life is all or nothing though. Like we do have one shot at this shit, and it's like you could use that shot to be in office all day, 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 though. Those people keep the world running.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you. Couldn't be me.
But on that, it's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 as long as you're using hours 6 through whatever time you want to go to sleep at to do something. You gotta do a 9 to 5 to be able to get to that. Because after that, it's just 24 hours. Like full-on entrepreneurs, there is no 9 to 5. It's all day. Like that's their life all day. Yeah,
it's just like that though.
It's either 9 to 5 or you're not working. You got no money. So I won't knock them completely. You know,
you can't. Nah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that I follow that are like super successful. Start off in like accounting jobs.
Yeah.
But now they do other shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to go through that shit. And be like, I fucking hate this.
Just because you're working a soul killing job doesn't mean you gotta let it kill your soul.
Thanks.
I feel that, but that's like you are working a soul killing job, so it's like it's probably like it probably is killing your soul.
Probably
to rebuild it back though.
I mean,
like
it just takes a level of like mental fortitude to not allow anything that happens at work to drive your life that happens outside of work.
That's true.
Just the ability to turn it on and turn it off once you walk in. Once whatever's going on outside. It no longer can impact your work day, and whatever goes on at work can no longer impact your outside of work life.
Exactly, I live by that.
It's a little bit more difficult to fucking actually do whenever you deal with some bullshit ass people at work.
Dude, we're all servers, so that shit fucking.
But it's definitely necessary if you're planning on doing anything productive outside of work.
I feel that serving's so mentally draining because it's like it's like. One of the most interactive like jobs you have to do with people because you're not only interacting with all the guests, you're interacting with a fuck ton of other coworkers, and your managers constantly. Like, because most jobs you have your whatever your like section of that job is like if you work at like Target or grocery stores, you're in like what department, like clothing department or whatever department. So you got like 2 people to deal with, and your manager maybe, or you're in an office job. You got your little section of the office. You got like 3 other like cubicle people and your managers.
Yeah.
When you're a server, bro, you got like what? How many servers on it? Like at least 10 other people probably a shift, right?
10, 20.
Weekends, you got like 18 other motherfuckers, 19 other motherfuckers in that bitch.
Yeah.
That's not including managers. So you got like 25 people that you dealing with, just coworkers, and that's consistently. Like you're running into these people constantly. It's not like I can stay away from that person. You can try.
You got hosts, dishwashers, cooks, like buses. Like there's different levels to the shit, and all people you gotta know on a first name basis.
You're really interacting with all them motherfuckers, and then you still have the guests to fucking interact with. That shit's draining.
Facts.
That shit is draining. Like people don't talk about that shit enough. Like that. By the end of the day, you're like, damn, that had to be at least how many people do you think I interacted with at the end of the day? It's like, fuck, hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people by the end of that day.
Oh yeah. You had like 30 guests.
That shit is draining.
Yeah.
One of those guests is like, can I get more of this? Can I get more of this? This was disgusting, and they think it's your fault. Like, I didn't cook this shit.
For real.
You think I didn't make the menu?
Bro, the other day I told this lady, she said, how is this? I said, honestly, she asked me, how is the ancient grain salad as the side for the salmon? I was like, honestly, I have never eaten it. I probably won't eat it. That doesn't mean it's bad. I just won't, like, I don't know if I like it. She said, okay, I'll try it. She didn't like it and didn't tip me. I'm just like, dog, I said I didn't know if it's good. You ordered it anyways, didn't fuck with it, and I got home. What's going on here?
Yeah. That's how it be, bro. It's a tough industry to work in for sure.
And then,
It's dope.
yeah, by the time you get out of that, though, then you're like, ah, fuck. Try not taking that home, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you gotta try not taking. You gotta get in there, deal with all that bullshit, then come home and be like, you know, most jobs.
Another day, another dollar.
Like most jobs, you're dealing like with like. I think like when I hear most people with whatever other jobs they talk about, they're dealing with like one shitty manager or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that is tough, but you can like tone that out most of the time. Just do your job. If you show up on time, you do your job, you leave. That's it. They're gonna bitch at you, but you're like, fucking hate this person, but you can leave. Now try that management, and then you got guests. You're like, this is fucking dog shit. You gotta take that home, and you're like, all right, don't let that bother me. You get home, and you're just like, I'm still kind of thinking about that one table that was a bitch today. Like,
yeah,
I kind of want to meet them in the parking lot, but I can't. It's my job.
I always just decompress in the parking lot. I just chill in my car, you know, listen to some tunes. I'm all good.
Hell yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, and it's hard though, because I'm like, all right, I still got other shit I gotta focus on when I get home. Now I don't want to think about this shit, but that shit's still kind of flowing into this shit. It's like, but then it's like I can't really fully focus into what I want to do now because now
It
it's
affects
just
your performance.
yeah, it definitely does.
I think that's like a big like what you're talking about, like decompressing. Like you have to like really just like hit one of those. It'd be like that sometimes, and you know,
Facts.
tell yourself therapy's too expensive.
That's so G. Like, fuck. Damn, I should go see a therapist. You Google that shit. Like,
It'd be like that sometimes.
it's tough. Yeah,
Let's roll out.
a little pat on the back. Like, I'm
Right.
good. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna be all right.
No, but all kidding aside, go to therapy if you need it for sure.
If you can afford it.
That's big.
Nah, but so like talking about the clothes and shit. What got you into like being severe? What was the idea behind it?
Being severe, the idea behind being severe, well, I would say,
Was it like a moment in time you were like, yeah,
it
that's
was
it?
honestly just a moment in time. Like I don't even know. Like it was said to me, and I just said it out loud. I didn't say it. It was said to me.
Like someone said, you got to be severe.
No, like I said it out my mouth. But you know, you ever had those experiences like where you just, I don't know. It's honestly like God.
Came from type shit.
Yeah, it's only like God talking to you for real. Like I was like, remember just walking around the mall, and I only shop at like PacSun, Zoomies, a couple other stores, Urban Outfitters.
I've had moments like that where I've said something and then I'll think to myself like, where the fuck did that come from? Like I was not ready with that thought, and that shit just flowed out, and I Did somebody just speak through me so somebody like else could have learned something from this interaction? I don't know what's going on.
No, honestly, and that's how it felt. Like it was crazy. Like I remember the day like it was yesterday. Like I was just walking through the mall. I'm like, bro, there is nothing here, and I was just like fed up because I'm talking about I had went to the mall like 2 days in a row, like trying to find something to wear for like something I was going to, and I couldn't find anything. I'm like, bro, I'm about to start my own clothing brand. And I was with people at that time. They were like, you want to start a clothing brand for real? Like, you know, like they weren't like downplaying, but they were like, hey, that would be live. I'm like, what would you call it? I'm like, I don't know. Then I went quiet for a little bit, and I was just like, sevrd. And they were like, what? What'd you say? Because like I was like not talking for like 10 to 15 minutes. They're like, what'd you say? Sevrd. And they were like, what you talking about? That's the brand. That's gonna be my brand.
Damn.
And it was just like that.
It just came to you. That's fire.
For real. And I was like thinking, first I was thinking hard about like, dang, what would I name a brand? Like, I don't even know what I would name it. And I was just like, real life, just thinking. And it just came up just like that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's a real out of the box moment. You're just like, severe. Everyone's like, what? The fuck did you just say?
Nah, for real.
Nah, severe.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said it, but I swear I didn't say it. Like it just came out of me.
They're like, are you talking to me? It's like, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Severe.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the name.
For real.
That's fire.
It's kind of a wild moment. Nah, but the mall really, it's crazy because you go into the mall and like all these stores have overpriced clothes. You're like, so they're cool, but like half the time you're like, would I really want to wear that?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nice, but like I kind of want something like this shit doesn't fit me. I mean, you could rock it. That's not what I'm saying. Not saying, but like you're like I want something more personalized. You know what I mean? Something a little bit more fresh than this. Like this is like you see everyone wearing that same shit because they have the same 5 options that I got when they're going shopping. So it's like.
Cause I love graphic T-shirts, so like, but it has to be like a certain vibe to it. But it's like you said, everybody has the same graphic shirt. And then like me, I personally like Supreme, V-Lone, Off-White, but I'm not about to pay $300 for a resale shirt when they got the store in California, New York, and you can just walk in there and get a shirt for like $30, $40.
For real?
Yeah, that's how much it originally cost. But you know, everybody's reselling, trying to make profit off of it.
Available down here, always sold out online. So if you don't go out there to get it yourself, then you're gonna pay this price.
Exactly, and that was honestly like the biggest motivator because like during that summer I was ordering so much stuff off Supreme and like I had their notifications on, watching for every drop. And it's like, bro, why do that when I can just make my own streetwear, have my own theme brand?
It's like the difference of like free will and determinism, kind of like, because you have like all these options that have been preset for you, and you're kind of seeing all that and saying, instead of that, I'm gonna just create something that I actually like and actually want to wear type shit. And want other people to wear type shit. So it's like, it's kind of, that's dope. You kind of just like saw what was before you and decided that, nah, I'm gonna do me type shit.
Exactly, and that's like my biggest goal is to bring like streetwear to that level down here, because everybody knows California and New York is like known for that Supreme, V-Lone, all that stuff. I'm trying to bring that down here because we do have that flavor, that significant.
That's the thing about Houston though. I feel like everyone I know says the same shit. It's like we have the potential here so much every time. It's like, how do we always fall short?
Always.
Music, clothing, art. We got so much of it here, but it's all just like swept under. It's like always just like put to the side because everyone's like,
it's always seen as second rate to the brands that are coming out of California, or the music that's coming out of California, or the business that's coming out of New York.
But I mean, you see so many artists and shit now coming out of Houston, like Houston-based artists that went somewhere else. Like, why the fuck?
Because we already different. It's just hard to shine here. I don't know why.
I think it's the industry here. It's just like the people that kind of like run shit in the area. Like, fuck no, you're not getting any shine.
Plus when you're, plus like, for real though, and plus when you're different down here, like people, I mean, there's like a select group. Like I'm sure y'all have like, oh, I have a podcast. People be like, oh, wow, you have a podcast? Okay, that's cool. You tell somebody in California, oh, really? Wow, I have this like get fit business. You want to come? We can do an interview, do something. Like you just have a lot of entrepreneurs, creatives to talk to. It's a way more.
I think it's double-sided though. So like the difference, I think in culture is in California, everyone's on that mindset. Like I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to build, but it's not as genuine all the time. It's like, oh, I have this, whatever. Like we could work together.
Yeah.
But like down here, I think you could blow faster if you worked with people. Like over there, so many people doing that shit. So like everyone's doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here it's like, nah, I don't want to work with you, bitch. I don't know you.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I don't want to.
Like, and at the same token, like more genuine.
Down here, yes.
Like then actually just working with someone.
That's
to
what I'm
work
saying.
With someone, at least you're getting the genuinity of someone saying "fuck no."
That's what I'm saying. But like, I think if more people were, it's just like it's not as common here to work with people and work together.
Yeah.
If we could like make that balance happen, where it's like more people are willing to work together, but it's not just on some like, yeah, fuck it.
I mean, it takes like people genuinely seeing like their personal time as, I guess, less important, because you're kind of taking away from what you think you want to do, like in your personal time or your free time or whatever. But like relatively, you can give a percentage of that up to create other avenues of opportunities, whether that's helping someone with their project or just being a part of someone's project, and whether you're actually a big impact on it or not, or even just giving someone advice on their lifestyle and advice on their business or whatever it is, if you feel that you have any type of constructive criticism. You know what I mean? A lot of people will see that as a waste of time because of like the background that they've had. Like nobody helped me, so I'm helping you.
Exactly.
You know
a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And then if they're not like in the same space as you, they take what you're talking about is you being boastful, cocky, when you're just saying like, yeah, I had to go work on my clothing brand tonight, I can't do that. Or like, I'm trying to set up a podcast interview. They take that as boastful, and like they're not in the same space as you. Like that's another key thing too.
That's like a big part of collaboration, is understanding like this isn't just about what you bring to the table, it's also about the sacrifices that you're making to even make it to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't understand that in every collaboration there's sacrifices on both sides, because not everything is going to go one's ways or the other type shit.
Right.
I think something, I mean, I don't know if this is the case for you as much, but I think recently, like, it almost feels like I'm in a bubble, because I feel like I surround myself more with people who are more open to, like, fuck yeah, I'll support you, or, like, people that are wanting to do creative shit themselves. Like, it was like I was telling you earlier, like, AJ and Ryan work at Whiskey Cake now. Most people we work with are, like, on that creative level. Like, AJ's in a band, you know Ryan's on his, like, acting shit.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people we work with are on that. A lot of, like, friends we have and shit. Like, fucking, you're doing your clothing brand. Tyreek's fucking on his business entrepreneurial shit all the time. Like, art shit, too. Like, we're all out here fucking doing art shit. I think I've been lucky enough to, like, run into people that are doing more shit like that. Because the other day, I forgot where we were at. But, like, we were around some people that were just, like, I looked at, I was like, fuck. People like that exist. Holy shit. I was like, I forgot. Like, I forgot for a second. The world really is like this. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's all about putting yourself in the right rooms. That's really what it's all about.
Because it's like, man, I almost forget sometimes that there are a lot of people that are just, like, negative. A lot of people that just don't care, or just, like, fuck it. Like, whatever. Like, that's stupid that you're doing that.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough I don't hang out with a lot of people like that. Cause it's like, oh, I'm stupid for doing what I want, or are you stupid for not doing what you want to do?
And that's what it is. It's all projection and hate. People just want to tell you what they've been told or how they feel. I hear it every day.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like what Tyler the Creator was talking about, like point of reference. It's like everybody's correct in their opinions. Everybody's correct in what they're saying, because they only have a point of reference to make that opinion based off of. Whether your point of reference is a racist household or a very accepting household, you only have that point of reference. So your opinion, whether it's right or wrong morally, is right to you no matter what, because of what you have based your like selections off of. Type shit. So it's kind of like, it takes that extra level of giving a fuck to show somebody, hey, this is why you think that way. It is wrong, but you're not wrong for thinking that way. This is just the reasons that you think that way. You actually have to take your thought processes away from everything. You have to take your ability to what you think about the subject away from everything, and just dive into this person's mind and find out why they actually think the way they do. Not everyone, and actually not anywhere near a lot of people are willing to do that.
That's facts on that. I wanted to say, because I was going to say earlier, Are you wearing a shirt right now? Are you wearing one of your shirts?
This is Sevrd right here. This is the first shirt I made.
That's the first shirt you made?
Yeah.
I fuck with that hoe, honestly. It looks could kill, dude.
Yeah,
it's an ambulance.
Yeah. I put really... It's a lot of stuff on this shirt. I got the second logo. Yeah, I got the second logo right here. There's a third logo on there, but nobody's seen it yet. So
the third logo? There's 3 logos?
It's coming out soon.
What was the first logo?
First logo, it's on the back actually.
Because I don't think I've seen the first logo. The second logo though, for sure, the snake around the cross. Yeah. You know what's crazy though? Is before like we connected, I didn't even know like about your brand or anything. I just remember Tyreek like retweeting something or something like that, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I clicked it. I was like, "Yeah, that shit's kind of dope." I was like, "I fuck with the logo," and I think I followed you after that, or like I was like following your shit, and then he was like, "Hey, you should check out my boy Phonso." And I looked, I was like, "Oh shit, I already
follow this dude."
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Connections work like that.
No, facts. That's how it should be. Like, that's what if you're on my team, your voice, like your name is gonna be in the room if you're not in the room.
Yeah,
like,
it should be though.
That's why I also want to shout out my boy Deuce Nina. He just dropped that album. He had like a song about Sevrd on there too. Y'all should go check that out.
Shout out Deuce.
Deuce Nina.
Spotify, and Apple Music, and everything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bet.
Yes sir. Check him out.
Is that whole album or EP?
Yeah, it's a whole album.
Yeah, check that out for our boy.
Deuce Nina.
Run that Deuce Nina. Go get all your Sevrd merch. New shit coming out for the summer, dude. All these collections. You said May, right?
He didn't say shit. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. He said demon time's coming up. That's what he said. That's what he said.
That's all I said.
This summer's gonna be big, dude.
I think so too. I was gonna say I had a question too. It's like we're talking about it a second ago. Is like even though you're doing streetwear, like how do you feel about like hype beasts? How do you feel about like the resale market? Because you're gonna have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact is like if you're doing limited drops and shit too. Like what do you think you're only gonna do limited drops, or do you think you'll have certain things eventually too where you might have like more or something, you'll restock more or something?
Yeah.
Like on both sides of that, like where do you see yourself with the brand, and how do you feel about like the hype beast and shit you're gonna have to deal with once like that becomes a thing?
I definitely like the limited drops. I like that. It just adds scarcity, adds value to what you have. Hype beast, as a consumer, I have a big problem with it. Like I hate them. Yeah. But as a creator, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, yeah, buy up all my shirts so people could be on the lookout for them. Like they want them, they can't get it. It creates something scarce.
All right, so if that's the case, though, do you think you might ever? Because I think about this all the time. Because some artists do this, like they're like, all right, fuck the hype beast. I'm gonna do like a super secret exclusive drop. I'm gonna make it hard for people to buy all of it. But if you really want this, you have to like know my brand, like little secret shit, like hidden shit. Like I'm gonna do a drop on a certain day or like on a certain like type of website, but you have to like know certain hints of your brand. Like they've been following you so long, they have to like know this shit. And if you want to like the password for it's gonna be like some shit from however long ago from the brand. So if you really want to get us some shit on this drop.
Yeah.
Like let's say it's like a very limited drop. Like you got 5 of them bitches. You have to know Sevrd in order to get that shit. Yeah. So even hype beasts, they can't just like.
I would do that too for sure.
I can't just buy this shit up. Like you have. This is for the day one motherfuckers who knew my shit. They're gonna be able to access it sooner and get like whatever.
Yeah. Hype beasts, honestly, they're day ones too as well. Like some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's beneficial in some areas, and it's like
it's a crazy market though. Like with like when you have like sneakers, like the website and shit like that. Like when people like shoes drop, bro. I've heard that's like the hardest fucking thing. You're lucky if you could be on that bitch hours before you're still not getting that shit because there's a lot of bots. So you gotta think like half of these. See, this is the thing. Like with. Fucking like not just hype beasts but resellers, they got bots half the time. Yeah. So it's like fuck.
I will say that's the bad thing. Like I don't want all my merch going to one person. I want it to be able to be spread around and.
Yeah, you also have like the people that I don't know if you saw like especially with the sneakers app shit. The fucking kid that had like a driveway full of like sneakers that he fucking had got from the sneakers app and ended up being like a kid that worked or his mom worked for Nike type shit. And like had like first dibs on all the shit type shit. It's like how many people like that exist?
Yeah.
Some people are just getting drops because their parents work at this company that supports this app that does this. And it's just like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody
As a
really wants that
consumer,
shit,
it's like, I'm never gonna get this shit.
Yeah, but as a creator, you don't. You're sold out. It don't even matter.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Like,
I got my money.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, bro. It's a balance. I always think about that because like there's people, like kids out there who are like, bro, I can't wait. Like this is gonna be my first pair of shoes. I hope I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't get
First
it.
pair of shoes, dang.
Like not first pair of shoes, but like first pair of shoes they're gonna spend their money on.
Yeah.
Sneakers at. I want these.
Like I mean, I feel like most sneakerheads always have that first pair of shoes that they got that they're like, this is like first one I really cared about. They might still have that shit in a shoebox. They don't even wear them anymore, but like
yeah,
that's their first sneaker that they're like, this is what like got me into it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or like first piece of clothing, you're like, this was the piece of clothing that really had me like trying to dress, or, like do this or do that. So
yeah.
imagine like some kids like, this is gonna be my first pair.
Right.
Like, psych, bitch.
Yeah.
Better luck next year because you're not getting this shit anytime soon.
That is true though. For me, it was the hyper dunks in middle school. I remember everybody used to go crazy over hyper dunks in middle school.
Hell yeah.
Shit changed the game for you.
Changed the game. Once I got hyper dunks with elite socks, that combo, that's really what introduced me. I'm like, yeah, I used to be mixed matching, triple socking, double socking, quadruple socking. Like,
Jeez.
I really used to take it serious. Like, because well, at my middle school we had uniforms, so the only way we could drip was the elite socks. I had the most elite socks. Can't nobody ever see me in an elite sock game.
Elite sock game.
Dude, elite
Had
socks.
the
And,
breast cancer awareness socks. Had the every sock.
Jesus, I remember that though. Elite socks and
They were
fucking
big, bro, for like
and
at school,
Sperry's.
like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, matter of fact, I got elite socks on right now.
Yeah.
I'm so serious.
Elite socks with Sperry's was a fucking move for a bunch of people, dude.
Dude, it's like I was like, Jesus, fuck, everybody's got these hoes.
Yeah.
And you gotta hit the boat at 2, but got basketball practice at 5.
Facts.
People were hooping in Sperry's though. I was
They
like,
were.
that's not even good. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
They
Fuck.
were.
That
I was
shit's
one of them.
insane.
I got the job done.
The hyper dunks with the elites though. Yeah, no, junior high. I think junior high, middle school was all, like the time for a lot of people. Like shoes wise,
Mm-hmm.
that's when they were like, this is like the
Yeah.
dawn of my shit.
Yeah.
I mean, because when you're like a kid, you're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm running outside and shit. Shit's
Mhm.
getting dirty.
Yeah.
Your parents probably don't even want to buy you like shoes like that. It's like you're
Yeah.
gonna tear them hoes up.
Mm-hmm.
An 8-year-old with some fucking brand new Nikes. I mean, if you got the money, but like that's just.
Nike's on my feet. It keeps my cipher complete.
Oh, chill out.
Nikes. Oh man, I am looking forward to the drop though. Whenever it may be, you know, Gemini season. We got some hints going. We don't know for sure though.
That's all we know.
Hey,
Yeah, dude.
you gotta stay severe though. You
Right.
gotta keep being severe.
Always. It's a choice.
If looks could kill, you know,
If looks
They'd
could
be
fucking
severe.
go, guys.
they would be severe looks. That'd
Exactly.
be a severe ass look.
Exactly.
But hell yeah, dude. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you telling us about yourself, about your history, your brand, your future. It's been a beautiful process, dude. Thank you so much for collaborating with us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys for watching. Check out Severe, not just the website, not just the clothing brand, but the lifestyle. Coming your way in a town near you.
Oh,
Coming
shit.
over globally.
Whether you're in England or Kansas.
Facts.
Globally for sure. What was prestige worldwide? Why? All right. Thank you. We'll catch y'all next week. Appreciate you for checking us out.
Like,
Big
comment,
shout out,
subscribe.
Phonso.
Hell yeah.
Y'all take care.
Deuces.
Peace.